Stirring the coffee with chopsticks using the vortex method, the only true way to optimize the taste of your coffee at the molecular level. Good morning. Welcome to the Daybreak Show. I am the Sultan. We'll get started, but first, coffee. Nice. This is Proper Joe coffee from Snohomish, Washington. Really good. Been enjoying that for a week now. Thank you, Thea. Let's take a look at what's going on in the world today. I'll teach you a few things today and we'll get rocking and rolling here. I entitled today, If She Cheats. What do you do if she cheats? That's one of the issues that we're going to talk about. Not all of the issues, but that's one of the issues. Finding my right page to go to. Oh, just a quick reminder, 2023 is the year that you get unstuck if you start thinking that way now. So what's happening on my side of YouTube and my side of my podcasts, goal talk, positive relationship talk, how to be trimmer, healthier, get some muscle, tips and motivation for making more money, working smart. My friendly acquaintance, welcome to the bright side of life. Good things happen here. And don't forget to sign up for the newsletter at georgebruno.com. Last night I did a podcast with Sam Fielding from BR Moving. Honestly, one of the best podcasts I've done in a long time. Everybody hates moving, including myself. So what helps take away some of that anxiety about moving? Knowing about moving, knowing what to do. It doesn't have to be a mystery. So Sam, who is a client of mine, owns this business. And I wanted him to dispel the fear that people have about moving, about packing, about relocating. Man, he answered every question that I have. Every single question. And even you had some questions. So it was pretty cool. So that is on the channel as well. You'll really, really like that. Sam's a good guy. Real quick, I posted yesterday, Men Helping Men, and your help is appreciated. Another client of mine, 37-year-old male, he's looking for work. He is a software engineer, a coder, designer, JavaScript, PHP Flash. I have no idea what the hell this stuff is. WordPress development and debugging. That's what he does. When I said, what do you do? What are the key words? And he said those things. Let me say it again. Coder, designer, software engineer, JavaScript, PHP Flash, WordPress development, and debugging. So if you know of any company that might be hiring someone who does that, shoot me an email, please. And I will make the connection. I'll make the introduction, and then my work is done, and then I'll back up. But I think he'd be a good guy to talk to if someone is looking for that kind of work. Plumbing, heating, air conditioning, electrical, carpentry, auto mechanic. Many people used to look down on trades like this because they weren't, quote unquote, college material. Now you pay them $200 just for showing up at your front door, and then add labor, add materials. Now, college material is making the plumber's latte at Starbucks. Don't look down on trades, my friends. Don't look down on the trades. There's nothing wrong with having a profession and a trade. Actually, it's quite a smart idea. So think about, for those of you that are younger, is there something you can do with your hands? Is there a trade school, a tech school that you can go to full-time or even part-time, a couple nights a week. That might be a good thing. College material. What the hell is college material? First of all, what the hell is college? I had enough of it. I taught in 5 of them. I can tell you right now, college material isn't all it's cracked up to be. Here's your weekly reminder that you are not depressed. You're discouraged. You're not depressed. You're discouraged. You need courage for life. Little PSA, public service announcement. Question, I'm looking for a coffee roaster as an advertiser sponsor. Right now, the cost is going to be $1,000 a month to sponsor the Daybreak Show. What do you get for that? Get a shout out, 30-second spot commercial, and I post the link. If you're interested in being a coffee sponsor for the Daybreak Show, send me a message, gb@georgebruno.com. My best friend Craig killed himself last year, put a bullet in his heart, and I'm not going to stop talking about it. Suicide is a permanent solution to a temporary problem. Men suffer quietly, and there's no need to. As long as there's somebody willing to listen, you should be able to talk to people. Talk to someone if you ever feel hopelessness creeping in. It could save your life. Italian women, when you're trying to lose weight, don't get too skinny on me now. Italian women are the worst to be with when you are trying to lose weight and get jacked, because most of them are carb freaks. They love their carbs, they love their pastries, they love their pizza and their pasta. Ask any guy who has an Italian woman. She starts questioning him when he eats smaller portions. Italian women are evil. Absolutely evil. I'm joking about that part. Well, 4 a.m. crew, I let you down. I got up at 4:10, and I apologize. I'm sorry that I let you down. I'm sorry that I overslept 10 minutes. I ended up getting 8 hours and 40 minutes of sleep. That's not bad. You know, a couple good nights of sleep, man, and you can just reset everything. Hold on, let me take a sip of my coffee. Dang, that's good. Drinking from the Rise and Shine coffee mug. Hey, how about that Liver King? Right? Blowing up the internet for the past week. Is that good PR? For those of you that don't know, I'm here to teach. Okay. When I say PR, that means public relations. Many people think that there are those that automatically know what certain things mean. And I know a lot of people don't know what that means. So when I say PR, I mean public relations. Is that good public relations, good PR, or not? One look at the guy and you instinctively knew that he wasn't natty. And for those that don't know, like myself a couple of years ago, I thought when someone said natty that they were just, it was another way of saying nasty. No, natty means natural. Is he a natural bodybuilder? Which means no performance enhancing drugs of any type. So you watched him for the freak factor, and I'm sure the parodies will be coming soon. The Halloween costumes next. There was a guy, when I posted that, it was so funny. One guy actually showed me a picture of his Halloween, this past Halloween a couple months ago, where he was wearing shorts, a big giant chain around his neck, you know, the baseball cap on backwards, and he looked exactly like Liver King. It was so funny. He's like, I got you, I beat you to it. I thought that was pretty funny. But people were accusing Liver King. I don't even know what the guy's name is. If you know the guy's name, I don't think it would be doxing, right? If you know his name, just put it down below. Some people saying he had ab implants. Like, what the hell? There's ab implants? If anything, I want to take away mass and inches, not add mass and inches. You know, like liposuction takes away the mass. But he got ab implants to kind of create that six-pack kind of look. I don't know. I think we should make the word wackadoodle great again. But you know what? I'm not gonna knock another man's hustle. I'll be honest with you. I mean, was it weird? Yeah, it's weird. And you watched him, and anytime you ever put your eyes on this guy, you watch him for the freak factor. I mean, let's get real. But if he just told people, yeah, nobody would have said anything. I just think it's the fact that he calls himself the liver king, and he said he got that way eating raw organs. All right. Like I said, I'm not going to slam the guy's hustle. His business makes $100 million a year. I'm pretty darn impressed with that. So he is the profit king. Come on, Elon says you just need to get that chip implanted in your brain. So you're going to be able to change channels and make phone calls with a chip that's planted in your brain. His company, Neuralink, is giving humans that capability. I'm telling you right now, the differentiation, the difference between human and machine, this thing called singularity, is coming faster than we can imagine. Can you imagine that? You just think, call mom, and your phone calls mom. Imagine that. Can you imagine watching TV and your brain is connected to the remote or the TV, and you think about changing the channel, and you think, put on Netflix, and Netflix comes on. I guess it sounds kind of cool, right? But guess what? It's being tracked. Now, that's supposed to be information going from your brain to a machine. What about when information and influence comes from a machine to your brain? Ooh, pretty wild. That's the danger of technology. You got to remember, when airplanes first came out, there were people that said, if God meant man to fly, he would have given us wings. And there were people that rejected aviation. Now, is me rejecting Neuralink and singularity, is that just a more modern version of rejecting technology, or no? You are not old, your attitude is. Spread your wings and do some flying. You probably forgot that you had wings, didn't you? While clucking around like a chicken, pecking on the ground for whatever it can find. Spread your wings and fly. That's what this show is about. You spreading your wings and flying. Isaiah 40:31 says, those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint. I love that. And I live by that. I have the universal answer to the question, what was I thinking? You ever hear someone say, gee, I don't know what I was thinking? Here's the answer. You weren't thinking. You got married, you get divorced. You're thinking back on the woman you married. What was I thinking? Dude, you weren't. The last thing involved there was your brain. Use your head, not the bed. Jose Rosado says, you don't have to invest in expensive tools or equipment to start your own business. All you need is a laptop, internet access, a service or coaching you can sell, and a desire to succeed. Boom. There you go. Is it quiet where you live? Like, what do you hear when you step out your door? Literally, what do you hear? Like right now, if I stepped outside, I would hear traffic. That's exactly what I'd be hearing. What do you hear? Do you hear birds? Do you hear geese? Do you hear nothing? It's just so suburban, urban, noisy where I am. I'm just constantly hearing the beep of trucks backing up, trucks banging, truck doors banging, and all that. It's crazy. Gentlemen, it is okay to spin plates as long as you're one of those plates. If a gal flakes on you, never be in a hurry to replace her or fill that time slot. Use that time for yourself. Let's say you got a date tonight. She says, I can't make it tonight, but can we do tomorrow night or maybe next week? Guess what? It's like the joke where the woman says, I'm going to the gym, and then the next picture is like a jack dude named Jim. If a chick flakes on you, and 60 to 70% will, that's a fact, research has been done, it happens to all men. Literally, more than half the women that you contact, as high as 70%, are going to flake on you somehow, some way. Guess what, dude? It's not about you. It's about her. So that's why you have to have some self-respect. So you pour a drink, whatever that drink is. Fire up a pipe, cigar, read a good book, get a good night's sleep, wake up early the next day, walk, stretch, work out. And that's you starting to give a crap about you rather than your world revolving around a period of time that you're trying to hook up or spend some time with a woman. 9 times out of 10, when a woman says, I'm going to the gym, she's saying, she's really meaning, I'm going to the Chad. One guy said, I love it when George says the word Chad. I do too. I think it's funny. Save the man, not the marriage. When you save the man, the marriage might stand a chance. Alberto says, I watched the Dr. Robert Glover interview you did twice. And as you said, both times it brought some tears to my eyes. Thank you for putting such powerful and important messages into the world. There's a scripture that says, it's in Proverbs 31, and it says, she does him good and not harm all the days of her life. That's from the scripture. This woman, this wife, the woman in your life, she does you good and not harm all the days of your life. There's a template right there. Oh, that coffee is so good. Harry Styles wears a dress in Vogue, and all the left-wing nut jobs call him brave. You know, I'm so old, I remember a time when the word brave meant rushing into a burning building to rescue a child on the second floor, a soldier fighting off incoming fire to bring back an injured brother, things like that. Now, brave is a man wearing a dress. Don't listen to these left-wing fucktards. Stop it. Stop redefining words. Left-wingers, stop fucking redefining words. The most basic things are being redefined. I actually should get my dictionary that I have that was printed in the 1800s. And I'm going to just maybe get like 50 words that have been redefined. Things like brave, man, woman, family, marriage. Words that are just totally distorted now, have completely new definitions. Can you imagine there was a time in the world when like somebody would wake up and say, I'm feeling very gay today. How you doing? Oh, I'm happy and gay. What if a dude did that today? I'm feeling very gay today. Right? Some of you young guys probably don't even know. Gay means happy. I'm feeling gay. Yes, I had a gay old time. I went out last night, I had a gay old time. That'd be fun to look up in the 1800s dictionary, wouldn't it? Just have a morning where I'm just looking up like 50 different words that I know have changed. The United States, always at war, using other nations for their own purposes. I'm starting to see that now. Russia called us the Empire of Lies. Iran calls us the Great Satan. I'm not going to be one of these guys that says the U.S. is the best of the best of the best and the greatest nation in the world. We have the potential of being the greatest nation in the world, but we keep blowing it by blowing up other cities and other people. There's never been a time when we can say that we've not been at war. We've been at war for 200 years. People talk about peacetime. That's BS, man. There's no such thing as peacetime. Ain't happening. So I have this idea. It's a new business idea called, I'm going to call myself the Heart King and eat only raw animal hearts. And then I'm going to say that my jacked body is the result of eating raw heart. The King of Hearts. And then I'm going to sell dried heart meat. What do you think? Think that'll work? How many times do I have to remind you, stop trying to get her back and get you back? Send yourself some flowers. Everybody trying hard to win her back, get her flowers, get her jewelry, send her gifts. Dude, stop it. Just, there's someone out there that's about to press send and send some chick flowers or his ex. Those flowers are going to go right in the trash or just go into work and be handed out to her friends. Simple as that. Stop trying to get her back. Get you back. Send yourself some flowers. I saw a rock blues band the other day called Clapton America. That has got to be one of the best names for a band that I've ever heard. Clapton America, as in Eric Clapton, right? Clapton America. Come on, man. That is a funny name. Why do you think women seem so good at breaking up relationships? Let me tell you why. Because they've thought about it a long time before they execute. So when a woman breaks up with you, don't think it's spontaneous. Don't think she just thought about it today. She's been thinking about it for weeks and possibly months, and most likely she's been going to the gym. There's that gym meme again. Gym as in J-I-M, not G-Y-M. She was going to work out at the Chad. Wouldn't it be great if there was a gym called Chad? Now there's a business idea. A gym called Chad. Yeah, I'm heading to Chad. I'll be gone for a couple hours, going to go to Chad. David was so sorry about accidentally switching the labels on some of the salads, which caused some of the vegans to eat chicken. His apology went like this: if you're one of the vegans who mistakenly ate one of those salads, that's why it was so good. I thought that was a funny joke. In the article from November 12th, red meat is not a health risk. A new study slams years of shoddy research. Oh, geez. I've been telling you this now for how many years? At least 6 years, right? Eat meat, drink water. Vote for yourself daily. That's one election that can't be rigged. So how do you vote for yourself? You eat meat, drink water, get sleep, stretch, lift, read, pray, build, turn off the damn TV, turn off the news, stop watching it, tune out the media horse shit. All of the above is an act of rebellion and a vote. Vote for yourself. You know, I've yet to see a proper church or Christian response to a wife cheating. And this whole week, there have been like really good Christian men. Well, at least on the outside. actually showing me a lot of hate that I'm not forgiving. If she cheats, she's fucking gone. Period. Period. I know there's women that will say, well, what about men? This isn't a show for women. This is a show for men. Period. I don't do anything here to please women. I do nothing on the show to please women. Nothing on the, if women show up, I am going to be cordial, truthful, but there is no ass kissing here. None. Zip, zero, nada, nothing. It's a channel for men. And a few women like to eavesdrop, and that's perfectly okay. Do I hate women? Heck no. Heck no. But it's a channel for men. But the proper Christian response, or I should say, I've yet to see a proper good Christian response to a wife cheating, except this. Well, he must have done something. If she's leaving, it's got to be something. He did something wrong. He did something wrong. The modern Christian church is so fucked and cucked, it's unbelievable. A woman can get plowed and planted by another farmer. You say, this is not acceptable. She splits, she leaves you. You end up taking out the trash. But the courts give her half of everything, and then you have to pay this 304 monthly. You know, I have 2 clients right now. One paying $6K a month in alimony, another paying $13K a month. Now, can you just imagine what their annual income is? If the court orders you to pay $13K or $6K a month, imagine what these guys make per year. Unbelievable. That's not even child support. You hear me? That's alimony. That's paying the woman that cheated on you. That's paying the woman that was squatting at the gym. We'll keep that theme going today. Churches and courts are both cucked. 2 entities that I freaking hate. You know, if Jesus was walking the earth today and he walked into a church, he would wonder where he is. He'd have no idea. He'd see some breathy guy with an untucked shirt on a stage with all kinds of lights shining on him. The audience is dark, and some guy is saying the same phrases over and over for a half hour, and they're calling that worship. He'd be like, where am I? What is this? What is this thing? There's one guy, a follower that I like, and I like the guy. I don't want to embarrass the dude. And he tried to school me on forgiving the wife that cheated. And of course, slamming me in the process. And I'm so tempted to slam him back, but I'm not going to. I'll just let his own words do it. This is how an optically solid Christian man replies to my words that if she cheats, it's over. That's what I said. If she cheats, it's over. And this is a guy who's married, has a bunch of kids on the outside. Like I said, optically solid. God help us. No wonder churches suck today. This is his exact words to me. How about after you cheat, George? Have you ever cheated? Have you ever sinned? You sure cast a lot of stones to kill the woman caught in adultery. Do you have the same approach to yourself? You never forgive, just cut your losses and move on policy? It will result in more men single with many girlfriends who live separately and just enjoy conjugal visits. Wife up them hoes, man. Wife up them hoes. You never forgive, just cut your losses. Never have a family and just enjoy their beards and pipe and brandy. Epicurean, empty lives. What is your track record? How many wives have you had, including girlfriends? How many sons and daughters have you raised? What is the fruit of all your teaching? How many marriages have you saved, George? Certainly helping men not engage in the endless cycle of downward spiraling codependent relationships is worthwhile. But you are challenging them to take their cross and follow Christ? Oh boy, don't even freaking get me going on this one. Obviously, if your wife or girlfriend cheats on you, you certainly have the right to leave and move on. Christ allowed for that in Scripture, but it's not the higher road. Ah, there we go. Yeah, it's the cuck road. Christ allowed for that, but it's not the high road. Take the high road, guys. Wife up that hoe. And there's nothing to glory in or rejoice in. Yes, there is. If she cheats, she's gone, period. The higher road, George, this is modern Christian teaching, folks. The higher road is to consider if she's truly repentant and you are willing to try to forgive and she's genuinely interested in seeking change. It is brutal and extremely difficult to do. Well, this guy is telling me that his wife cheated. Like, this is, tell me your wife cheated without telling me your wife cheated. It's brutal and extremely difficult to do. I know firsthand how hard it is. Oh, there we go. But when you take that challenge, you have the potential for something far greater, identifying with Christ. Gentlemen, take that bitch back and identify with Christ. You will actually be a better Christian if you take her back after she's been sprayed on, injected, and ingested another man's seed. You know, because women do shit with their boyfriend. They do the stuff that they will never do with you. Man, she hasn't given me oral sex in 10 years. Well, guess what? She was giving it to Chad, taking it all. And while he was pounding her from behind, she put his wiener in her butt. Come on. She would never do that with you, right? He forgives us when we sin, we confess, we turn from that sin. We put our faith and our trust in him. We don't deserve it. He should just cut us off and move on like you advocate. Oh, Lord, help me. This is a good Christian man. Can you imagine young men? Can you imagine young men actually listening to this guy? I think what happens before marriage is different than what happens from the wedding day forward. A wedding ceremony for many is, in a sense, a renewing of vows. Think about it. The real renewing of vows happens on the wedding day. It may signify that we are serious about that thing now. I get that. I get that. If you take a woman back after she cheats, I'm not hating on you, but you believe in polyamory. For a moment there, you consented, when you take a woman back, you consented to open marriage. Think about that. Whew. I told you this was a rough one today. And with that, finish your coffee, and I'll see you on the next Daybreak show, your home of sanity, clarity, and reason.